Before we start adding more things here and really trying to fashion this into a proper DJ set, there's one very obvious thing that's been kind of bugging me, which is that I haven't been able to control my crossfader directly from push. Now, as I'm adding in different clips, we can see the clips show up on their respective tracks. I can go into my clip view by hitting the clip button. I can select certain clips by holding the select button and selecting that clip. Now I can see various clips when I'm in the clip view. I can change the warp mode directly from push, even though I can't enable warp, but that's totally fine. But the biggest issue is that I want to control my crossfader. I'm in the session mode right now, and in the session mode, our touch strip over here, believe it or not, doesn't do anything. I could try to MIDI map the touch strip here, but if I go into my MIDI map mode, and I click on the center of my crossfader, this is the thing that I want to MIDI map. If I touch the touch strip, it doesn't do anything. So this is one area where we're going to have to get a little bit creative with how we use push. We'll be able to control every other aspect of Ableton Live by simply using push and the session mode and being able to navigate to the mix area, the devices. So there's really no need to MIDI map a bunch of other things, but the crossfader is an essential part of this DJ setup. So how can we control that from push? Well, we have a button up here on push that says user. And the user mode allows us to freely MIDI map any of the knobs or buttons or the touch strip to anything in Ableton Live that we want. Now, it's important to realize something about the touch strip. The touch strip works like a pitch bend wheel. The pitch bend wheel on a keyboard is always going to snap back to the center, because the center is always the center pitch, the pitch of the note that you're currently playing. So if I adjust my touch wheel, I'll bring it up here. There's a light on the side of my finger showing you where the current value of the touch strip is at. As soon as I let go, it jumps to the center. And that's going to be an issue for mapping this to our crossfader, but there is a way around it. Like I said, we're going to have to get creative. First, let's go ahead and MIDI map this. I'll hit my MIDI map button in Ableton Live. I want to MIDI map the center of the crossfader because I want control over the entire range of the crossfader. If you notice, it's broken up into 3 sections. So we could map one button to one extreme, another button to the other extreme, and jump from side to side, but I want to smoothly crossfade. So I'll click in the middle here, and I'll map this to my touch strip. Just simply touch it. And now we can see it says 1/PB. PB stands for pitch bend. If I look over here in the MIDI mappings where the browser used to be, it says channel 1 pitch bend. So if I try to crossfade now using my touch strip, let's see what happens. Looking at the touch strip, or looking at the crossfader in Ableton Live, I'm going to grab my touch strip, slide this down here, and once I let go, it snaps back to the center. That is not the ideal functionality. The way around this, it's a little bit odd, but it works. The way around this is if we adjust the crossfader using the touch strip, before we let go, if we leave the user mode by pressing user again, now the crossfader will stay wherever we left it. And if I go back into the user mode, and I want to crossfade to the other side, even though the light is in the center, the crossfader is still assigned to the A side. I can start down here and simply crossfade up here. Before I let go, hit user to get out of the user mode, go back to my session mode, and now I've been able to map my crossfader onto push. It's not the most elegant solution, but it definitely works. So with that set up, let's just see practically how this works. I've had my 2 little Loop Masters clips sitting up here at the top of my decks for quite a while. So let's go ahead and revisit those and make sure that our crossfading will not hinder us when we're doing our DJ set from push. So I'll launch my first clip here. Actually, we're on the B side of the crossfader now. I'll launch this clip. Slow down my master tempo a bit. And when I'm ready, I'll get ready to launch this second clip. And there we go. Now, what I actually did is if we hold down user, we can essentially use this as a momentary switch. So instead of pressing user and being in the user mode and then touching it again to get out of it, we can simply hold this down as we're doing the crossfade. And then once we let go, we jump right back to the session mode. So that's our way around that.